And so we begin this video on a cold and chilly, well, chilly spring morning in Henry County, Indiana. Welcome to the county that I was born in. And if we're being specific, we're starting the video here at Co-Alliance, a grain elevator in Millville. Millville, the birthplace of the co-inventor of the airplane, Wilbur Wright. And way down there you can actually see a semi-truck being loaded up right now with probably corn, if I had to guess. Again, there's that saying, there's more than corn in Indiana. We just missed a train, came right through here. I saw it as I was coming up Highway 38 east of Newcastle. We just missed it. Thought it'd be cool to show this right up front in the beginning of the video, because things didn't go according to plan. I'm not even supposed to be in Indiana right now. Not at all. I will explain. It's a long story, but I'll try to make it as short as possible. My flight was canceled. Canceled! No! I'm not even supposed to be here right now. I'm supposed to be at work back in Tampa. But early Sunday morning, I got a notification on my phone, actually precisely 3:33 a.m. A lot of people think that's a spooky number. It is pretty spooky. I got that notification that my Spirit flight was canceled. My returning flight back to Tampa had been canceled. No! So I immediately was wide awake, trying to figure out how to get home yesterday. Which did not happen. The ticket prices went up for the flights that were still available. There wasn't many. I checked all the surrounding airports, Chicago, in Ohio, Indianapolis, of course. And I also rented an additional rental car just in case I had to drive back home. Rentalcars.com, you don't have to put a credit card down, you just make a reservation. I reserved a rental car just in case I could not find a flight. And I did, though. I found a flight leaving tonight for $200, a direct flight to the St. Petersburg airport, leaving Indianapolis. I originally flew from Tampa. My rental car's parked at Tampa. I'm sorry, my personal car's parked at Tampa in the garage. So once I get to St. Pete, I have an amazing, wonderful, beautiful girlfriend who's gonna pick me up. Krista girl, shout out to you. I miss you so much. It's been so hard being away from you and Bella. Miss you guys. But if all goes according to plan, I will see them tonight in Tampa and St. Petersburg. The whole point of me coming up here this weekend was to spend time with my family, especially my grandmother, which I did. Mission accomplished. I spent a ton of time with my grandma, gave her a hug, and she hasn't been doing too well, but you know what? We were laughing yesterday, we were telling jokes, we were talking about the old days, you know, and I made some memories. I gave her tons of hugs. And I'm gonna do that again before I leave town. Which brings me back to the whole point of the video. I just wanted to give you an update, what was going on with me. My flight was canceled. I'm stranded an extra day here in my hometown in Indiana, which gave me more time, thankfully gave me more time to spend last night with my mom, with my grandma, with my grandpa. And so that was good. Things don't always go according to plan. But you gotta make do and make the best of them, and that's what I did. So yeah, I hate missing work. I'm missing work right now. They're probably not too happy with me, but over 10,000 flights were canceled for some odd reason this weekend. I don't even have the time to figure out why, but not only was I stranded here in Indiana, my brother was at the NCAA tournament in New Orleans this past weekend. His flight was canceled as well. Maybe he'll stay for the championship game tonight, I don't know, but he's still there. So yeah, this affected a lot of people this weekend, but I thought I'd fire up the camera and make the best of it. I'm gonna make a little video, show you around town, and document my journey to hopefully the airport and on to a plane and back to Tampa. This is it, long-winded introduction. I am Indiana J today, and there is much ahead. Now at the corner of Central Avenue and Wilbur Wright Road, still here in Millville, you can see the grain elevator over there. It's about a mile away. just wanted to show you that you can take Wilbur Wright Road, as I've done so before here on this channel, to the birthplace and museum of Wilbur Wright. Logged it 2 times, so if you want to check that out, it's way back in the much behind. Just wanted to show you though. And just a few miles away, we enter Newcastle, where I was born. Speaking of where I was born, I'll show you exactly where I was born. You can really see the age of the hospital right here. Very old. Yep, my mom and my dad, and about 95% of my family were all born right here at the Henry County Memorial Hospital. Actually, that's what it used to be called. I don't even know what it's called anymore. Yeah, but I just wanted to go by here and show you, since we were talking about birthplaces, that this is where I was born. Somewhere in there. Maybe it was like right up here. I don't know. I know Mom, if she's watching, she's telling me exactly where I was born. She's talking to the screen. Penske Racing Team. My family worked for that team. And now about to make a right on Broad Street here. Indiana Highway 38. Runs right through the heart of Newcastle. On the corner of Broad and Main Street, the historic Henry County Courthouse, where my 5-time great-grandfather worked, Solomon Rowe was the original Henry County surveyor. Back in the 1800s when it was built. Crazy. I can trace my family way back, by the way, way back. I love genealogy. And 1 block over from the Henry County Courthouse on Main Street, I've shown it before and I'll show it again, the Castle Theater. The first movie theater that myself, my father, and my mother ever watched a movie on the big screen. So many great memories right here. Currently sitting vacant. I hope to see this thing back open once again. The last movie I watched here was Guardians of the Galaxy back in 2014 before it closed up. And one of the first movies I ever watched here was Home Alone and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back there in the late 90s, late 80s, early 90s. I love the castle. Got a big heart for this theater right here. It's where my dreams began, folks. Right there watching movies. And near the corner of 14th Street and Broad, Edwards Diamonds and Jewelry, where my grandmother, my dad's mother, worked in the 1960s. And it looks as today as it did back there when Grandma worked there. She sold jewelry. And it's open. You can go in there and have the same experience you had 50 years ago, folks. Things rarely change here in Newcastle. Well, they change a lot, but a lot of places stay the same. I love that. Newcastle was founded in 1822. The sign right here on the lamp commemorates the bicentennial this year. And long before it was called Newcastle, the original name for this town was Rose City. It is said that there were several greenhouses in this area that grew roses, and it was named Rose City until it was named Newcastle in 1822 here in Henry County. And also, it wasn't always Henry County. The original name for this county was Raintree County. Fun facts there for you, especially for you local folk if you didn't know that. Raintree, Rose City. Recently sold right here was my grandparents' greenhouse, where they grew and sold plants and flowers for over 40 years. Now, they recently had to sell it, but tons of memories here for my entire family at this greenhouse. Wow, I haven't been by here in a while. It has seen better days, but it hasn't changed much in the last 35 years. At all. Now, this belonged to my grandparents, my grandma and my grandpa, which my grandma is the one who I came up here to spend the weekend with. Very cool to see this. I wish I could have taken you inside and shown you just a couple springs ago. This was full of flowers and and plants, and Grandma would sit inside there and at the cash register and, you know, sell the plants and the flowers. So shout out to Grandma if she's watching. Love you, Grandma. We made a lot of memories in there, didn't we? I know you did. You and Grandpa both put in a lot of hard work right here inside those doors every spring for almost the last 40 years, folks. This property was sold earlier this week, and I wanted to document it because who knows what the new owner of this property is going to do with Grandma and Grandpa's greenhouse. Hopefully it'll still remain a greenhouse. I hope so. That would be awesome. But yeah, wanted to show you right here. This house right here, 808 Vine Street, is where my grandmother grew up and where she lived up until the time she married my grandfather back in 1958. Now this is the grandmother on my dad's side, the one that worked at the jewelry store, not the one that I'm visiting this weekend. That's my mom's mom. But grandmother actually passed away in 1986, a year before I was born. So I love coming by here and, you know, thinking about her and showing and documenting, you know, my family genealogy and heritage. And I didn't mention that my mom worked at the Henry County Hospital, which I just showed you. And I'm bringing that up because back in the late 80s, she would drop me off to this very house that my grandmother grew up in because the babysitter that was watching me at the time lived here, and she took care of me. So I got to spend some time as a toddler not knowing that I was spending time being babysat inside my grandmother's house right here at 808 Vine. Just wanted to throw this in the video. My grandpa and I came by here yesterday, and we're talking about the same thing. 808 Vine, Grandma's house. Now back on Main Street, you can see the clock tower of the Henry County Courthouse over there on Broad. Right here across from the old Coca-Cola bottling factory, which is currently sitting vacant. The yellow brick right here. You can still make out the Coca-Cola bottling company right there, etched in limestone, Indiana limestone. It's pretty cool. If those yellow bricks could talk, they'd speak of a lot of glass bottles. This is where they bottled up all the pop, as we say here in the Midwest. Soda pop. Now at the corner of 21st Street and Grand Avenue, this building right here used to be a Lee's family recipe chicken restaurant, kind of like a KFC. There is still a Lee's in town, I believe, but it's moved down on Highway 3, down the main drag of Newcastle. But I remember coming up here, my aunt didn't live too far from here. I remember coming up here and getting a lot of chicken. It was some good chicken. Now it's a fireworks stand during the summer for the 4th of July. I was passing by here and just, you know, the memory came back to me. I wanted to show you Lee's famous recipe chicken, the former building here. They just opened one of those in Ocala, by the way. I believe the family from Newcastle opened a restaurant down in Florida, a Lee's famous recipe chicken in Ocala, Florida. Fun fact. Right here on 21st Street. Heading this way. There's several water towers in the town of Newcastle. It's a pretty big town. It's what they call a two-story town. Although it was a lot greater in population back in its heyday, especially when my mom and dad were children. Newcastle was home of the Chrysler factory, which was right across the street here. And all that remains of the old Chrysler factory where both of my great-grandfathers on each side of my family, mom and dad, once worked. That's all that remains. The northwest corner, folks. And before they made Chrysler parts there, they fabricated entire vehicles. The Maxwell. Anyone heard of an old Maxwell car? Well, the Maxwell was one of the first cars ever manufactured in the United States, and it was manufactured right here in Newcastle. And on the corner of 18th Street and Q Avenue, the Dairy Queen, where my mom worked in high school. Actually, precisely back in about 1980. Right here, it's always been a Dairy Queen, folks. And it probably always will be. My mom worked at this Dairy Queen when she was a teenager in high school. Actually about 1980. This is one of the oldest and longest operating Dairy Queens in the United States, folks. Right here. Yep. Check it out. DQ. Mom worked here. It's pretty fascinating, isn't it? It's open, but just not open right now. It's too early. They open up in the spring and they close about September, I think. September, October. But I just wanted to document this. Shout out to Mom. Grandma and Grandpa actually don't live too far from here. Mom grew up right here down the street. She would walk to work. And in this same plaza, behind the Dairy Queen, I have to show you one of my favorite places. The very favorite place I like to buy donuts, right over here, the original Jack's Donut Shop. Jack's Donuts, founded in 1961. It is a family tradition. My family's been coming here my whole entire life. I have so many memories. I can smell the donuts right now. I had one this morning. But right here, the very first Jack's Donuts. Originally, it was just in this portion of the building, but now they have purchased the whole thing. Each morning, the past 4 mornings, I have gotten a donut and coffee, with the exception of one morning. I just got coffee right inside those doors, which I did this morning. But I just wanted to show you Jack's Donuts was recently down in Sarasota, where they're opening up a Jack's Donuts, and I hope they open that up soon. I would love to visit, but a small town business, living the American dream, franchising now around the United States. I believe there's one out in California or Oregon, I believe, somewhere out west. Score! I just got one donut. Freshly made donuts, only $1.40. I was very quick, went in there really quick. I'm short on time. I'm going to stop by and see my grandma very shortly, and also some other family members before I head over to Indianapolis for the airport. I could go on and on and on and show you guys a ton of things. Today, this video is very personable. I'm showing you a lot of like memories and things of not necessarily my past, but of my family, my mom and my dad. And I could go on, and I plan on coming back here with Chris the girl sometime and giving her like the tour and making more of these types of videos. And right beside my former high school, Newcastle Chrysler High School, right here on Trojan Lane, Newcastle Trojans, this building right here, which I have vlogged before, done a whole video, is the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. Basketball is life in Indiana to a lot of people. Very cool that we had the Hall of Fame right here in my hometown growing up. A lot of memories inside there as well with my dad, my brother. He was a coach, a basketball coach, and we would take all of our teams here, AAU teams that I was on, the high school teams that I was a part of. We'd walk through that Basketball Hall of Fame, and it's a fun museum. It's really cool. If you have time, check out the video I once made inside there. A couple of my cousins went with me as well, so there you go. Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame. Hoosiers. The time right now is 10:07 a.m. I started this video around 8 o'clock. I am now going to go inside here. Right here, I'm where my grandma is at currently. I'm gonna go visit with her for a little bit. Just spent a couple hours with grandma and my grandpa, and I love you, grandma. Had a good time with you there. Hate to say goodbye, but it's never goodbye. It's see you soon. See you real soon. I hope to be back. Old Spiceland Pike. When I was born, my family lived off of this road. This used to be the main highway or main road from Spiceland to Newcastle. That's why they call it Spiceland Pike. A lot of pikes in Indiana. And one more stop before I leave town and head towards the airport. Here at my grandpa's place, my dad's dad. Spend a little more time with him. It is 12:31, not too far away from where I just left. The time now is 1:47. Just left my grandpa's. Had a good time. Always have a good time with grandpa. Always, you know, not fun leaving, saying goodbye. Very grateful for the opportunity and the fellowship I get with my grandparents. But every time I come, it's hard to leave. So I don't want to talk too much about that right now. I want to try to keep it happy. It is happy, but I think you all know what I'm saying. Definitely a hard moment saying goodbye, you know, living so far away. I've mentioned this before, but not for a long time. My dad used to build fence, and he actually built this very stretch of fence right now. It has seen better days, and it was very straight. I can remember him building it, this vinyl fence, split rail fence. Dad built this, and it's still here to this day. It's been repaired a couple times and could use a straighten, but very cool to see this. Actually, I could go an entire day and go around Henry County and show you all the fence that my dad built, and some my grandfather. My grandfather actually was the one who taught my dad how to build fence, and myself, and it was the grandfather I just visited with as well. Yeah, very cool. This is a junkyard over here, not too far from where I used to live. Oh wow, this has seen better days. Check it out. That bus. The wall fell down here. It's an old junkyard. I think it's been vacant for years. I don't think anyone's actually running this thing anymore. And I have come to Penn Station East Coast Subs. I grew up eating this stuff right here. Can't get this back in Florida. So I made a pit stop here in Greenfield, my former hometown, to get a quick bite to eat. Actually, I'm just getting it to go. Gotta get to the airport. I got the fresh cut French fried taters and the Italian sandwich, as Chris the girl, my beautiful girlfriend, would say. This is my lunch. Penn Station. Just wanted to share real quick. Really quick. Like, so quick. My tires got a bit muddy this weekend. Now filling up the gas tank before I turn in my rental car. Good job, Noble Steed. I will miss you. The Mitsubishi gas prices here currently $3.72. Check it out. Filling up here at the Circle K, right beside the White Castle. Oh man, missed opportunity. I should have got White Castle, but I can get that in Orlando now. So that's not like a must eat anymore, because they opened one in Orlando last year. I was there for the opening day, and I always enjoyed coming back to Indiana eating at White Castle every time, but now I skip a time or two just because I can go over to Orlando, and I usually hit it up after a theme park. It's in between Universal and Disney now, so yeah, not a necessity as for when I return to Indiana. But yeah, it's gonna cost me a pretty penny with the gas prices to fill up my tank here. $48.55. Trying to meander my way through downtown to get back on course. The construction got me turning left and right, and before I knew it, I made a wrong turn, but about to turn left here on Washington Street. There's downtown Indianapolis, good old Indy. Rental car return. Know this airport like the back of my hand. I've returned probably 15 to 20 cars here in the last decade. Rental cars, always coming back home, renting a car, and driving out to Newcastle to see my family, of course. Know this airport very well. Probably not going to vlog my entire airport experience as I did in the last video, but I just wanted to show you. It is 3:41 and I'm about to return my rental car. Plane leaves at 6:15 and no, it has not been canceled, thankfully. It has not been canceled. Looks like I'll be flying home tonight. Here I come, Chris the girl. Here I come. Better get in the right lane here. Rental car return. Almost there. Here we go. Alright, as soon as I get in the garage, I'm probably just going to cut it. Should be on the first floor. Alright. Made it. And these are snake plants. Shout out to Chris, my girl, Chris the girl on YouTube. Bought me a snake plant last week. If you don't know this, Chris the girl loves plants, knows a lot about them, features a ton on her channel. A ton of her content is devoted to plants, so check them out, Chris. I'm gonna see you soon. Little surprise here. And here it is again. Check it out. Always love seeing this. Whoa! Lights up as you're walking. It's pretty cool. Alright, I always have to show that. I'm not going to show too much of the airport because I did it last video. But just wanted to show you me getting here and it being about 4 o'clock. I'm going to go through TSA, probably chill out a little bit, maybe edit some of this video, and then I'm flying to St. Petersburg. And here we are boarding the plane. I'm going home. No thanks to Spirt Airlines with no explanation and no refund yet.
For landing, we ask that you ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened, turn off and stow larger electronic devices, tray tables, and all carry-on items. Once you're on the ground, feel free to use your mobile phones and other handheld electronic devices while we taxi to the gate. The flight attendants will be passing through the cabin one final time to pick up all remaining service items. We'll be landing shortly.
So, no joke, the captain just let us know that we cannot land in St. Petersburg because the airport has been closed. We're about to land in Sarasota. I have no idea what's going on. I can't make this stuff up. I've been trying to get home for 2 days.
Have landed in Sarasota. We do ask for your continued safety that you remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened and ensure all your carry-on items remain securely stowed and out of the aisle. The captain will get on as soon as he can and give us an update. Right now I don't have much of an update for you, but he will be getting on the PA as soon as he can.
I got some good news for you. We are in St. Pete. Evidently they had a complete power outage here and had a little bit of an issue. All the lights went out. Not sure exactly what happened, but
we're in St. Pete.
Maybe someone unplugged the light cord, but they got it plugged back in and we're in St. Pete, so good news. We're not in Sarasota. Sorry about the confusion.
Oh, Oh, okay. So
Alright, if that tells you the lack of info we got back here, we have landed in St. Pete. Now, once the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, that'll be your one and only indication it's safe to get up, move about the cabin, gather your belongings. Use caution when opening those overhead bins, as items tend to shift during flight. Refrain from smoking until safe inside the terminal and only in designated smoking areas.
It was not funny. We have no idea what happened. Something about they thought they couldn't land,
Those of you who requested
and they didn't
wheelchair
update us,
assistance,
and then
we
we
do ask
landed
that you
in
remain
St. Pete.
seated
We all
at
thought we
all
landed in
times.
Sarasota. I was on the phone with Chris, and she was freaking out, and at that same time they let us know that we actually landed
all of our wheelchairs to remain
in St.
seated,
Pete.
and once everyone is
Allegiant
off, we will be
Airways.
able to wheel
Oh
the
boy.
wheelchair.
All right, so we landed. Wow. Almost thought we were going to St. Petersburg. Or Sarasota. We're in St. Petersburg. I'm so confused. Flamingo. Not the flamingo we saw back in the Tampa airport last video when I took off to fly to Indiana, but welcome back. Flamingo. Chris should be outside waiting for me. I don't know what happened. Little recap. But they told us that we're going to make a landing in Sarasota because something was wrong with the St. Pete airport, and then we land thinking we all land in Sarasota with no update from the captain, and then all of a sudden they say, hey, we landed in St. Pete. Whatever was wrong was fixed, and we landed here in St. Pete. So the amount of chaos on that airplane in a short period of time, and then I confused the crap out of Chris because I told her I wasn't landing in St. Pete in Sarasota. We were landing in Sarasota, so it just got all mixed up, and then she calls right when we are landing, and the captain's telling us that we actually landed in St. Pete. We did not land in Sarasota. So there's the recap. That's what happened. You can't make that stuff up. You really can't. I'm glad I got that on video. So, St. Petersburg Airport, Allegiant Airlines, please explain that to us. What happened? Chris should be out here somewhere. I'm so excited to see her. I've missed her so much. Oh man, check this thing out. All right, you go in here. It closes behind you. And then this one opens up. Made it. Thankfully, I didn't bring a bag. All right, here we go. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, there she is. I miss you so much. You look so beautiful. Did you know you're gonna be on camera?
I had a feeling. I would be.
Hold on. Let me get this thing off. 5 minutes later. I missed her so much.
I missed you.
That's not the first kiss I gave her, by the way.
That was private.
So, yeah, I still don't know what happened. Sorry to confuse you. At first they were like, we're landing in Sarasota. We don't know what's wrong. And then all of a sudden we land and we're like, we're in Sarasota. And then the captain comes on and he says, we landed in St. Pete. Everything's cool.
That's bananas.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
It was very hard to get home this weekend, and I just want to thank you for being so patient and
yeah, of course.
holding down the fort.
Yep. Bella's gonna be very, very excited. And I have no idea where I'm going.
Oh, so you gotta take me to my car at the Tampa International Airport.
Right, but immediately I don't know where I'm going. So we're just
I think we're going on the Coast Guard base now.
Okay.
Oh,
cool.
no, you can go up here.
Okay.
But Chris, my girl, I missed you.
I missed you, babe. I'm glad that I did not zip zap
You're like-
zoobity bop over to Sarasota.
Yeah, me too. Oh, I wasn't gonna let you do that. They said that we were originally going to land there and that we'd eventually come back here. I just didn't get enough time to tell you that until we landed in St. Pete.
That's so weird.
I know. Still don't know what's going on. And off of the Coast Guard base. Heading to Tampa International to get my car. What a long day. I started this vlog at a grain elevator.
Of course you did.
Yeah, of course I did.
That's what you started.
It's good to be back home. I love Florida. I'm a Hoosier by heart, but a cracker by choice. For sure. Besides, Mickey Mouse is here, and you are too.
Yeah, and Bella.
And Bella. It is 9 p.m. and I have made it back to the Tampa International Airport parking garage where I parked my car. Thank you, Chris, for dropping me off. I'm gonna head up there now, get into my car, and make my way back to my apartment, reunite with Chris and my little beagle Bella. I originally left here Friday, this past Friday. Was supposed to get back to my car yesterday. Was supposed to work a full day of work today in Tampa. Just a little backstory, didn't know that I was gonna stay an extra day and almost get rerouted to Sarasota, but I made it and I'm about to pay my $12 a day parking fee and head out of here. Thanks, Chris, I love you. It meant so much to me that you could stay back and watch Bella and just support me and give me all the good encouragements this weekend. And shout out to Chris the girl. Subscribe to her YouTube channel, my beautiful girlfriend, Chris my girl. Chris the girl on YouTube. She made a lot of videos this weekend. Actually, she made more than me. So yeah, go check out her channel and subscribe to it. Also subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already, as I'm waiting in line to pay for parking. It's gonna be about 50 bucks. $12 a day. Times 4 or 5, it's at least 48 bucks. We'll see if I get charged a whole day today. I think I will. All right, guys, give this a thumbs up. I'll see you next time. Know you're awesome, know you're loved, and know there's always much ahead. The last 2 videos were very different, and I like to mix it up. And shout out to my family. I love you guys, especially you, Grandma. Had a great time with you this weekend. All right, gotta pay up. Pay the man here. Pay for parking. You bought me a themer?
Yep.
I saw it. I saw it in your video. I left a comment. Wow, that's really cool. It's from HHN.
Uh-huh. It's like heavy too.
Yeah, it's like a real themer.
Yeah, exactly.
So, as I told you, I would tell you the story, but I broke one of these one time.
Uh-huh.
Not my own, though.
Yeah.
Football. Played for the Newcastle Trojans football team. We were playing Anderson Highland up in Anderson. One guy hit him low, I hit him high, and crack! Felt bad. Ended the guy's career.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that proudly. I'm just saying I broke one.
Do me a favor, don't break this one, please.
I won't. This is from HHN. Let's check it out. She went to the store, the Lakeland Antique Mall. This is an HHN prop. Universal Studios, Orlando. And if you want to see how she got this, subscribe to Chris the Girl. As I already told you to do so earlier. I gave you a shout out. All right, I'm home. Right, Bella? You're a good girl. I think she missed me. I think she did. Did she miss me?
Oh, she missed you, huh?
Oh, thank you for watching my baby. Our baby.